Hello guys, welcome back. It is my bridal month, my bridal week. Oh my goodness, this has been such a crazy year and a half with everything that's going on. We made it to the trial day. I've been trying off camera different kinds of makeup looks and new products and just seeing what would work for my oily skin. Now this makeup I have nailed for oily skin, long wear, outdoor wedding makeup. And of course, for some tears too. If you guys want to see this look, it's very springy, summery, definitely more focusing on the cheeks versus last year it was more focused on the eyes. It was a little more bronzy, a little more neutral. If you guys want to see that video, that will be at the end card. But for this year, it's a little more poppy, focusing on the cheeks. And of course, if you want to see this hair look, this will be in the later half of the video. I'm so nervous, guys. Today is the trial day for my wedding makeup. I've been practicing off camera. We're also going to be doing a trial day for my hair as well. But I've been trying like different combinations, but today is the final day where I'm testing out everything all together. I think the only thing that I'm uncertain about is the eye makeup, but I know the products I'm going to use. It's just more so how heavy or light am I going with. I can't believe it. I can't believe it's already here. I'm not nervous, I'm just anxious, and knowing that there's a 50% chance of rain this weekend makes me more anxious. I think if that wasn't the case, I'd be more like I'd be more chill, but I'm definitely more anxious. Let's start with the skincare. The morning of, I will be wearing this probably the night before because people have been wearing this when they go to sleep. This is the mask that's been like blowing up all over TikTok. Deep Collagen Anti-Wrinkle Lifting Mask. I will have these linked down below. I just personally, in this moment, haven't tried them out yet. So after I do this mask, the morning of, I would then go in with some Peach and Lily products. These are my personal favorites that I've been buying over and over again. This is the Glass Skin Veil Mist. Need to breathe. If I'm talking fast in moments, there's just my anxiousness coming out. Then moving on to this Ilia product. It's new to me. It's the Base Face Milk. Everyone was talking about this. It was a YouTuber that convinced me to get it because it looks so good on her skin. And we have two different skin types. Again, keeping the hydration because my skin is going to be pretty matte. Just a little glow in certain areas, kind of like how I usually do it. If you've seen my other tutorials before, I need matte, but I need matte. This is an outdoor wedding. I'm oily, so the combination, I just don't want to look oily in the pictures and videos. It just drives me insane when I see that. These two products are amazing. I don't think I'm going to go with both of them. I only have a tiny bit left of this one. If anything, I'll just bring this for the day of. This is the Merit Glass Skin Instant Glow Serum. So it gives a glow, but it doesn't give dew. I find it to be a nice happy medium of glowy skin. And then this is the very famous Peach and Lily Glass Skin Refining Serum. Who knows? Maybe I'll just go in with this one. This one can do no wrong. I never have issues with this, with any of my other skincare products. Some things just don't work together. Oh well. Let's prep the lips with a lip butter balm. I am going to bring the e.l.f. lip scrub too. Since my lips are good right now, I'm just going to do this for the video. This one is Summer Fridays. This one is one of their newer shades in Birthday Cake. It has a little bit of shimmer to it. Before I forget, my mind is just everywhere. This is the Summer Fridays Cloud Dew Oil-Free Gel Cream. I just have one little bump on the forehead, not too bad. I feel like it'll get better within the next couple of days. Such a nice lightweight moisturizer. Now let's move on to the makeup. So we're going to do things a little bit differently. I usually like to do base, but for something like this, and I don't want to get any shimmer on the rest of my face, specifically under the eyes, we're going to start off with the eyes first. So let's start off with the brows just to get the shaping down. My favorite combo these last few months. I'm obsessed with these two. The Rare Beauty Clear Brow Gel. You can do no wrong. You will not get any kind of white residue. If that is your worry, you will not have to worry about that. And also, this lasts all day. It's been so hot in New York. We are going through a heat wave, and this has stayed put the whole entire time. I also wore this combo to my bachelorette trip in Bermuda. You guys would have seen that tutorial already. That's definitely more of a fun glam look. Where I'm trying to go a little more classic with this look. I'm just going to take a moment to let that dry before I fill them in. I got a brand new eyeshadow primer. This one is by far my favorite. Ulta Beauty. This is the matte eye primer. There is one that's a little more tinted. I prefer this one. It gives a slight tint with this, but it's quite subtle. So I bought some new makeup brushes from Amazon. I think it's like BK Beauty, that brand that's been blowing up all over TikTok where people can't stop talking about the brushes. But I've been hearing makeup artists really enjoy it, so I was like, all right, I'll get some. Can't find it. It could be here, but I don't remember opening the box last week, so it's okay. We're gonna use the brushes that I already own. I kind of wanted some new brushes for my makeup day. Sometimes I apply this under the eyes just for more longevity. I'm not going to in this moment, but we'll see the day of, just because I'm still trying to finesse the eye look. And I might have to wipe under the eye, so there's no point in putting this ahead of time. Just brought you guys in a little bit closer so you can see everything that I'm doing. For filling the brows, this is the Benefit Precisely My Brow pencil. Now this is my second one that I've bought. Now at the very end, I am going to go in with a pen just to make it a little bit darker, kind of just enhance the hairs a little bit. For now, just to get the shaping down. Then the pencil is more forgivable than a pen is. So for my wedding, we don't have your traditional bridal party where we have bridesmaids and groomsmen. It's a little more unofficial, but the girls that came to my bachelorette trip are invited to come earlier when we take photos. So I think that's around like 2 o'clock. And then my 2 maids of honor will be there to get ready. I kept it small because I just want it to be chill. I don't want to be overstimulated, and then also I just want like calm energy, and usually that means I just need less people in a room. And also where we're getting ready is in the primary bedroom. Like the venue has a house and that's where we're staying. So nice. So if I have to get back to the house and grab something, it's just right there. The bedroom isn't huge, so it's not like you can fit a lot of people anyway to get ready with you. And then everything I use today I'm putting back into the bag so I don't forget them when I pack later today. If I'm going for something a little more natural, I would say this is like medium natural, then I would keep it to this, but we'll add a little more towards the end. So one of the eyeshadow palettes that I have as far as the shimmer is from Kaja. I love these. I haven't used the first one that I bought in a really long time, but this one is in Coral Sunrise. And the blush that I'll be wearing is the Patrick Ta Beauty She's the Moment, so it's a bright coral. I wanted something that would complement that, so this is an option. I would really only use the first shade. I definitely bought another one, I just can't find it. When I'm living in a mess, and that's how it's been for the last couple months, my mind is messy. I like organization. What about you guys? I know some people love a mess because it just helps them with their creativity. I need a little more organization just so I can find things. So I am going to try this. Another option that I've already had is the Urban Decay Wild Dipper. This is really pretty as well. So I treated myself and I got a new eyeshadow palette. Can't remember the last time I got one of this size. This one is the Major Dimensions 3. So all of the matte shades, perfect. You have a mix of neutrals and warms. I was like, you know what? I want to treat myself and get it. I own this one as well. I was thinking maybe this one. I've tried this one practicing my look. I like it. It's more of a champagne. I didn't want something too warm, too pinky. Just try to keep those things in mind. Let's just start off with the mattes. I think I'm going to start with this one and see if it's too light or not. So this is the second lightest matte shade on the warmer side. And this one's a newer brush. I just love the size of it. It's from Merit. It's dual-ended. I just like that it's not too big. You guys know I don't like super fluffy brushes. Really adding more of the matte to my lash line. For monolids, that's really the best way to do it, is just to add your dimension right here on the outer corner and right here. And I don't want a heavy, I don't want too much of a smoky eye, but I do want dimension in the photos and videos, because you have to keep that in mind as well. In photos and videos, you actually want to add a little more blush, a little more eyeshadow, because it will get lost. So if you're doing your own makeup, just keep those things in mind. I'm not a professional makeup artist, but for someone who's been like photo shoots, has done her own makeup for years, been in fashion shows, I'm just familiar with those kinds of things. And then I've been watching a ton of videos on YouTube and TikTok where makeup artists talk about like their best products that they would use for a bride. That's basically what I'm showing today. Now I think I am going to clean this up, but I don't want it to be a sharp look if you were to use like tape, but I think I'll sharpen it up a little bit more when I go in with concealer. Then I'm going to go in a little bit darker using the other side of the brush and going on the neutral side. This is the third lightest. And I'm really gonna focus right here on the lash line. I'm gonna do a soft smoky wing, like a medium-sized wing. So this morning, I just ran and picked up umbrellas from Facebook Marketplace. Thank goodness for Facebook Marketplace. I bought all our decor from Facebook Marketplace or a thrift store. And I'm so excited to reuse everything and just, you know, not try to over consume, especially for weddings where you're just kind of throwing money at the wall. all. I feel a lot better that some of these things that I bought are from past brides and grooms, so it's nice to reuse as much as possible. Okay, and then going back to the other side, blending more. I did pinch myself slightly trying to get a piece of hair out, so don't mind that. I love this makeup look. Like, it's a little sultry. She doesn't have a wing, so that's the only thing I would add, but I like that there's definition, some shimmer, and she did it, makeup artist did it a little bit differently. Like, I don't typically add shimmer under the eye. I could try that. Kind of a little worried because of crying, but who knows? I could test it. Okay, so let's try out the shimmers. Starting with the Kaja one, and both of these are powders. I did that specifically because they last longer on my eyelids. So this one's Kaja. The next one is from Urban Decay, Wild Dipper. Ooh, Wild Dipper. Definitely more intense. And the Kaja one is leaning more warm. And the last one from Patrick Ta. It's the first shimmer in the palette. The lightest one. Ooh, these are all so pretty. But as you can see, the Patrick Ta one leans warmer, like it has more warmth to it, and the Urban Decay one has more, how would I say, like different size sparkles. Does that make sense? But all three really pretty. They don't lean too warm, they don't lean too neutral, and that's kind of what I was going for. Although I love the Urban Decay one so much, I do wonder if it's leaning a little too much pop on the eyes, so I think I'm gonna go with the Patrick Ta one, surprisingly. So I'm just gonna go in with my fingers. I'm trying to use my fingers the least amount as possible because that's what a makeup artist said. So that's what I'll be doing for my foundation, using a brush. I love this one so much. I really need to use this eyeshadow palette more often. And do a little more blending, add a little bit more of that darker brown. And I'm not really going to be going any darker than this as far as shadow. And even my liner, I'm going to use a dark brown, like a really dark brown that doesn't pull warm. Yeah, and I got a little bit of fallout, but not too bad. I am gonna apply a little bit of the eyeshadow primer under the eyes, and we're gonna test it out today since I have to finish my vows and see if it looks weird when I start to tear up, because I haven't tried this eyeshadow primer with the concealer as far as under the eyes. I just like to apply a little bit. And then for primer, I'm going to go in with one size. This is new to me. This is the Secure the Sweat Dry Till Dawn primer, and which is exactly what I need. I would say with these types of primers, less is more. You don't need much. You want like a thin layer. And look, my chin was a little glowy. Now it's matte, especially around the nostrils. I'm really just focusing it on the center face, the nose, and then the forehead. The forehead between the brows is the worst for me. And then just put a little bit on the smile lines. There we go. See that difference? The scary part is the foundation. I've been using this Dior one for now a month. Such a great match for me. This is 2.5 warm. Beautiful. But when I saw this on a content creator, it was so good. It was truly waterproof and the dry down is quick. I ended up getting 2 other shades and I just recently had to exchange. So originally I got 2W0. Too late. That's probably closer to my like fall winter shade. And then I got like 2 neutral 2. That was 2 neutral. So then I got 2W2. She tested it out on me and it looked really good. And I'm going to use a foundation brush, which is very different for me. I wish this had a pump foundation. Now I don't need that much foundation since my skin has been doing great. Thankfully, 8 months going to the dermatologist for my face, for my body. It's been great. So let's see how this looks. And I love this foundation brush, Fenty Beauty. It's so good. Now there's probably a couple of areas that I'm going to add just a little more coverage. Don't mind my stomach making sounds. Didn't really have much to eat this morning. And then at the very end, I'm gonna blend in with sponge. And I am going down the jawline. A little bit of the neck, not all the way, just because it's a really good match. Oh yeah, so much better. So hard to find a shade match online. You know what I learned? So there's Kohl's that are closer to me than an actual Sephora store. So if you want to return something and you got it at Sephora, whether it's in store or online, you have to return it at a Sephora store. You cannot go to a Kohl's that has a Sephora inside because they won't take it. That was news to me. I wish Sephora was a little more convenient. They're getting to be more on the island. Not as convenient as in the city. Blending everything in with a damp sponge, especially in between the brows. Really don't need too much coverage here. Yeah, this is so beautiful. So since this foundation sets faster, you gotta move faster and do things in sections. So many makeup artists rave about this concealer. I'm not the biggest fan of pot concealers, but I was like, all right, I gotta try it because you never know when I'm gonna have a breakout like that one, and then like hyperpigmentation here. This is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. Let's hope this is my shade because I haven't been getting my shade right that much. I'm just gonna go in with my Rare Beauty concealer. Okay, that's actually pretty good. And right here, and that's it. Wow, this does work well, and it stays put. It's not liquidy where you just keep like blending and blending and blending. It really just stays right there. It was beautiful. Okay, I really should have gotten this one a long time ago. I truly see the hype. Now it feels a touch light in certain areas, like right there, because my forehead is darker, but that's an easy fix with bronzer. But for my cheeks, this area, it was a really good match. Now to the under eye concealer. I originally got 3W, which was a hair too dark for me for under the eyes. I think it would actually be a better fit for around the face. So I went one lower, so 2W. I can't believe I'm using Dior. I've never really used so much designer makeup before. And of course it would be for my wedding, as it should be. So I'm gonna go in with this. This looked so beautiful when I wore it yesterday. It's so thin. It has nice coverage. It didn't crease. I was so shocked. So this is where I would clean up the eyeshadow and, oh yeah, well, just the eyeshadow. That's all I have. And I'm using the tiniest bit of concealer because I truly don't need that much. She's trying to convince me to get peach. I'm like, I've never used peach before. I don't really need it because my darkness is so minimal, thankfully, right now in my life, that if you don't need a peach undertone concealer, don't get it. So if you want more of a sharper look, you can just add the tiniest bit more right here. I think it's a great way to clean up the liner. So pretty. This is looking so pretty. Now I'm just thinking, because this is usually the order of how I do it as far as foundation and concealer, I really should have done the blush then the concealer just to make sure the blush didn't look too vibrant. Let's move on to the blush before we finish the eye makeup. We got a lot of Patrick Ta products. Maybe one day they will sponsor me. This one is She's the Moment, my favorite blush shade from them. I'm gonna go light-handed, like one dip, because yesterday I wore it, it was too heavy, but I also didn't wear any eye makeup, so it looked even more heavy, and it was looking a little patchy. So I'm trying to see if that's gonna happen today. And then of course we're gonna seal it in with the powder, and we're doing this order. I would wear it the other way, but again, because it's wedding makeup, it's best to do it the other way. Finish with powder. This is really pretty. I'm gonna keep it just like this and not add any more because I know I'm gonna go in with powder. If I wore just this, it would not show up enough to me in photos and videos. It would be too subtle. So right now it looks really pretty, but just kind of keep that in mind since I haven't set my skin or anything. We're doing good. I don't see any pilling or it picking up like it did yesterday. That's good. Happy to see that. Let's just leave it at that before I go heavy-handed. Moving on to the contour using another Patrick Ta product. Going in with the cream first. I'm going to do the nose. I think I'm going to try a little bit of concealer going down the center of my nose. I know he does that a lot. I don't usually, mainly because I'm lazy and I just don't want that much product on my nose, but I think we're going to apply just a little. And this is how I like to contour my nose with someone who has more of a bulbous tip and a lower nose bridge. I love this dual-ended nose contour brush, another product from Patrick Ta, and then I just blend it into the brows. And then going in with the fluffy side, then using the same product, contouring right here, right under that blush, just a little bit. You don't need to go that far, so I don't want to see lines in any pictures. And make sure to get into that hairline, especially if you're going for a pulled back look or a bun look. You want to really get into that hairline. And then just a little bit on the jawline. I put just a tiny bit, not too much. I have a pretty strong jawline, but you want to just make sure you don't have a line. I'm going back into that concealer, using a little bit for the nose. We're gonna try this out. I'm really feeling good about this makeup look. I was worried at first because I haven't finalized everything, but so far everything looks really pretty. Now I'm gonna go in with the powder bronzer. So as you can see, this one's on the warmer side. Another Patrick Ta brush, and this one I'm just gonna go slightly higher. Again, I'm not adding that much since my shoulders are darker. It blends in nicely. I think about those photos that I take like this. You guys know. If you've seen any of my posts, you guys know. Before I set the skin, I just want to blend this in with my sponge. Before we set the skin even more with our last two powders, I'm going to use this. Now, this setting spray is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Party All Night, Stay All Night. I'm using this more in between layering. And the final one, I'll be using the one size one, which is more waterproof. But I think it's great to do layers. For under the eyes, I'm going to use this. I've only tried it once yesterday. It looked beautiful, very lightweight. I just thought it paired really nicely with the Dior one. Nikki, what's her handle called? Nikki something. She's friends with Susan Yara. She recommended this one. Now you have to use this sparingly and just under the eyes. You're not using this to set your face. It's the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Loose Setting Powder. Again, the tiniest bit. And you guys know I like to go a little more heavy-handed with my powder, but the tiniest bit, and then I'm just gonna push it into my skin, any excess. And then just again cleaning up that line, and this is just staying right here. For the rest of the face, I'm gonna go in with the Givenchy one. I am gonna use this just to finish up the nose contour. Then we'll remove the excess at the very end. Around here, I get pretty oily around the nostrils, on the mouth. I love this one. I also used this one last year for my first ceremony. It's so pretty. And then of course right here, set in that breakout so it does not move. Get in between those brows, May. This is my trouble spot right there. Going down, powdering more, and then just going in, finishing up the contour. I'm trying a new eyelash curler. I've heard such great things. If this ends up not working, I'll just go back to my favorite one. This one's from Surat. I saw a lot of Asian content creators really like it. I was really just curious. It's quite big. People really like the shape of it. Okay, I think it's doing a pretty good job. Overall, the size of it is bigger, like the handle and everything, so I'm getting used to holding it. But the way it fits my eye shape seems like it's working. For liner, I definitely know I'm going to use this one. This one's the Heroin Make, and this was a liquid liner in dark brown. The Ella Girl one, I'm not sure. It is very long wearing. This one is in deep brown. I decided between this one and the L'Oreal one, only because I don't know if I tear out how much this is gonna slowly fade. So today's a good test day. And if not, it's gonna be the L'Oreal one for sure. I think I was putting on lasting brown instead of deep brown. This one's deep brown. I lost the cap to the other one, which is why I was confused. We'll just go right over it. Not a problem. I hardly put any on anyway. But there you go. See a difference. I also bought this in black, which I never bought in black before. But I definitely don't want to go too warm on the eye look. This liner is so good. I'm newer to it. I found it for this look. But the mascara is amazing as well. I'm going to do a baby wing just for longevity purposes. And then also use this in to blend my lash. Okay, just going to blend. Get rid of the excess powder. Then we're gonna try flash photography and see how it looks with the under eyes. Because of that other powder that I'm not as familiar with, I wanna see how it looks. And then whatever I've left in here, I'm just gonna put a little bit down here since I do have a little bit of foundation, just to set that in. For mascara, this was an easy one for me. It has to go to the Clio Kill Lash Mascara. I'm doing the Sleek Volume because you get the length, you get the volume, it's perfect. I kind of want to try this curl fixing lash base from Essence to see if it's going to make this even more dramatic. I know, why would I whip out a wild card? But one of you guys said that you really like this mascara primer, so I was like, all right, I gotta try it. So I already curled the lashes. Okay, so this is not white. I would definitely prefer that. Honestly, I don't think any color is really coming out. Let's do it before and after, so I'll only do one side first. This is one coat. Really pretty. Add one more coat. It looks really good. I still don't think you need a mascara primer with this one, but it does look nice. Wow, I feel like I'm wearing fake lashes. That's how good it looks. We're kind of going back and forth to the face, to the eyes. We're gonna go back to the blush, going in with the powder. One light layer to set everything. For this year's bridal makeup, it's definitely more focused on the cheeks versus last year. It was more focused on the eyes. I kind of wanted the eyes to take more of a backseat. So this blush in photos looks so stunning, and you guys have seen when I initially showed you guys this blush, it looks beautiful. I wanted to define the brow hairs just a little bit more, so going back to my favorite brow pen, this one's the Urban Decay Brow Blade in Cool Cookie. We're just gonna go in with the pen side. Especially since I lost a little bit of it with the powder. I'm just setting my skin. That's why I don't love doing brows first, but it makes sense when you want to get an idea of structuring how everything's going to look. Okay, so I found the other Kaja eyeshadow that I was considering, 03 Toasted Caramel. This one's definitely more of the warmy yellow side. So I'm actually glad with what I ended up going with. Purposely made sure not to go too light under the eyes. I went closer to my actual skin tone because, again, with the flash photography. To the lips, this was the hardest part for me. Once I figured out what lip liner I was going to use, it made it a lot easier. I find these to be the most long wearing and comfortable and not too drying. So these are the Makeup Forever Aqua Lip. Now I've had, which one? 3C for a very long time. I think this is a beautiful neutral. They have a lot of neutral pinks, but as you can see, all three of these are different, where if you try a different brand, they only have maybe 2 neutrally pinks and then that's it. So this brand gives you more variety, but within the same color family. So just different undertones, or just like a hair darker or a hair lighter. So I wanted something more natural looking, I guess a little bit closer to my lips, just a touch brighter. So I think I am going to go in with 3C, which is the one that I've been loving and wearing the most. I'm also going to fill in my whole entire lip just for that longevity. And I think this color doesn't compete with my blush. I didn't want to do a vibrant corally lip product because then it could have competed with the cheeks. This is also the same lip liner that I used in She's the Moment makeup look, so I knew these two paired really nicely together. For the center of the lips, this was so hard. Every article you will see online, everything that you'll see on the internet will say like a bullet lipstick, which I find that to be a little nerve-wracking because of how much it transfers. I think you should go for more of a lip stain, which is what you guys recommended to me last year, or go for something more matte, like a matte liquid lip. Sometimes those can look really dry and emphasize the texture on your lips, so I didn't want to go that route. So I decided, well, I think I want to do something a little more balmy. So for transfers, it's quite subtle. It gives a hint of shine. I know some brides wear lip gloss, don't know how they do that. So I found the perfect happy medium where it gives a little bit of color but not too much. This is the Dior Addict. I believe they're technically calling this a lipstick, but it's quite balmy. This one's in Nude Addict, so it's not going to compete with the blush. So my other option was a drugstore, but it was just too vibrant and just no. So it gives a little more pigment to the lips, but it's not too pigmented and it's very comfortable. I don't mind reapplying this, and I also just have that lip liner as a base, so if I forget to and I'm just having so much fun that I just completely forgot, it's okay. Isn't this pretty? This is perfect for someone who doesn't want a pop of color on the lips and they want to keep it more on the neutral side. And to the highlighter, my last final Patrick Ta product, it's their new highlighters, the cream and powder. So pretty. I think I'm just gonna go in with the powder, because again, for longevity, but you need so little, and I only want to put it on the high points, like right here. Oh, and this shade is in Sugar, which I find to look the most natural looking. I also got another one that was, what do you call it, more white silver, which that one's more intense. Then a little bit on the nose just to finish that off, but having that concealer as a base for the contour. Again, just a little bit, nothing crazy. Should I do an inner corner highlight? I haven't done that in so long. Maybe just a tiny bit, just like a little. So I just realized I didn't do anything under the eyes like that one makeup artist did. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to. It definitely makes your eyes appear bigger, but it's not me. Like, I would need to play with it more if I want to do it. Like, I like the look, but I don't think on my wedding day. I think I changed my mind. The tiniest bit of cream. It's very emollient. I'm gonna use the tiniest bit. This is where I'm gonna use my brow bone because I don't get sweaty right here and I won't have to worry about it. That's the only place where I feel comfortable to use it, but where on my cheeks, although I would love the way it would look, I don't want to take that chance. And then just a tiny bit of powder on the Cupid's bow. Tiny bit. For the body, do you see this glow? It is not oil. It's actually body lotion from Dezi Skin. I'm very new to Dezi Skin, but look at that. Now, it doesn't fully set. Like, you feel some tackiness, but my skin looks amazing. You know what I'm interested in seeing is if my hair is gonna stick to it. So we're definitely gonna try that out when I do my hair. But if you need a hint of color that doesn't transfer, try this out. It's L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion. This one is in medium. I'm going to apply a little bit to the chest. I might end up doing the shoulders as well. I used to buy this all the time. Not in this shade. I would always get the one below, the rose gold one. But I have just a little bit from an old hyperpigmentation. I had a breakout. I want to see if it could camouflage it just a little more so it doesn't look so red. I'm hoping by the time it's my wedding day, it's gonna be more or less gone. Look at that, that's so pretty. Now, if you need even more pigment, I wore this the other day when I was filming. This is the Vita Body Blur Body Makeup in medium. What's nice about this one compared to some others is that it has fair, light, medium, and then so on and so forth. Now, you really have to let this set so it doesn't transfer. I still think it transfers this the tiniest bit, but at least you're not gonna be orange. And if you just need to cover up some bruises and some scarring, it's nice. It has more pigment than the L'Oreal one. We're gonna keep working on it and hopefully it looks better by the day of. Okay, last thing before I forget, big lashes. I'm trying out some new ones. I have this one and I also bought, I want to say 2 more. I just can't find them in this moment. I feel like I'm going to find them once I turn this video off, but this is the Velour Plant Fiber. What shade is this? In Butterfly Effect. So this is what they look like. You guys know I love when it goes short to long. If I'm going to cut it, which I definitely am, I'm going to cut from the longest side. But I like how it gets more full towards the edges. Okay, the band doesn't feel too thick, but it is thicker than the ones I use from Ardell. I feel like I need to cut a decent amount of this off. I'm going to try a third and kind of see from there. If these end up not working, I'm just going to go back to my Ardell ones because they're so good. It is so hard to get lashes online. Before I fully commit and put the glue on. I feel like the ends are a little bit longer than what I would like. Yeah. I don't know about these. At least not for my wedding. I found the others that I bought. This one's another velour one. These look more natural looking. They still go from short to long. They're quite flirty, not as dense. I think these might be a better fit. This one is in Fun and Flirty. How appropriate. I find buying fake lashes online to be the hardest because they look way more natural online and then you put them on your eyes and you're like, this is dramatic. Oh yeah, that's so much better. Ooh, that's pretty. I don't even think I have to adjust it. Oh my gosh, guys. Well, if you have hooded eyes, monolids, this might become your new favorite one, but let's see how comfortable it is. I like going in with a clear lash glue. This one is from Kiss. I don't know how people get the tinted ones, the ones that are black and brown. Could never be me. That's all I'm saying. I feel like with this one, because the band is a little bit thicker and it's black, I don't think I'm gonna have to go over it. That is so pretty. I might have to give it just a gentle curl, but I want to wait until it fully dries. The before, after, it just gives like a little bit of a boost. We're finally at the end. Last step is the setting powder. I think this one, yeah, this one's my old one. So we'll just finish this up. Make sure to not breathe it in. Hold your breath. This does have fragrance, so just kind of be careful. And this is my bridal makeup look. It is so much fun. Poppy on the cheeks, just so pretty. Very different from last year's. Last year's was more neutral, more bronzy, more focused on the eyes. And if you're interested in that, definitely check out that video. I'll put it in the end card. Now let's move on to the hair, but we're gonna take a quick break so I could feed my body. And we're back. So I had to re-wet my hair since it was just up there for over an hour. I love this. I used to have a regular spray and it was fine, but this is amazing. It's from Kitsch, K-I-T-S-T-H. They're a hair brand. What I like about it is you push it and it's like, well, how do I explain it? It's like elongated spray. Like I'm not constantly having to like spray. It's a nice spray bottle. So then after that, I never read this for you guys, but I was in the process of doing it and then I just ended up not working out. This is the color Wow Dream Coat. It has a lot of great reviews. I do like it. It does work well. There is an extreme one that I did just buy. I'm wondering if that's going to be better. And it works really well. The negative side to this for me is that you can feel it in your hair. Like you feel like there's like a veil of product in your hair. But hey, for a wedding day, I could deal with it because I'm putting a lot of product in my hair just to keep the shape and have as little frizz as possible. Then I mixed it with this. I actually prefer this smell more. It's the Moroccan Frizz Shield Spray. Now these types of products you need to soak in your hair. Do sections, take the time to do it. I don't wear these types of products day to day because it takes a lot of work. As you can see, I'm doing it in like one well, actually it's gonna be like 2, 3, 4, 5 sections, but it is well worth it when your hair, you just need it to look smooth. And then after that, I went in with another Color Wow product. This is the Extreme Large Bombshell Volumizer. Again, I'm going in with like soft voluminous waves. Then I went in with the Kenra Volume Mousse Extra Firm Hold. My hair does really well holding a curl, but just to give that longevity and smoothness, we're going in with the mousse. And then I'm also going to go in with my last Color Wow product, Raise the Root Thickening Lift Spray, just to give more volume at the crown. So I'm gonna do that. I just spray it at the root and apply more when we do the other sections. So I already prepped this side. Going in with my shark, of course. We're just gonna blow everything out. Start off with smooth hair.
Worst ways, oh baby. The shame that we don't operate well, baby. Cause you're bad for my health. I swear you go to hell. Take the L. I don't wanna see you swell no more. And you might be the death of me now, baby. But we don't want no homicide now, do we? And shooting sauce around.
Getting it a little more wet. First going in with the Color Wow Dream Coat. Really soaking it in. So this is supposed to last 3 days. I don't know about that. The best day is the first day you apply it. But you really have to soak this in your hair. Like, you're using quite a bit, especially if you have longer hair like me. And get this part closer to my neck, which gets pretty wavy. And then just going in with the brush. Then going in with the Moroccan Anti-Frizz. This one's easier to spray because it's, see how much it spreads on the hair. Then next, the Color Wow Extra Extreme. Running out of this stuff. Then to the mousse. My hands are so wet. Everything's like falling out of my hands. You don't need that much since this is a smaller section. I should try mousse again with my natural hair texture. It's been a minute since I've done that. And then lastly, the Color Wow Raise the Root. And just massage it in the roots. One last brushing. All right. Looking good. What I'm deciding is I'm definitely adding some curls, like some soft curls. What I'm deciding is, am I doing a middle part? I think I am, because my second look, which I already know, is a middle part, but with some pieces in the front that are slightly curled half up with the bow in the back. That's my second look where I'm dancing, so then my hair is kind of just out of my face and it's just a little bit easier for me. But for my first look for the ceremony piece, I was just thinking just some really soft waves. It's kind of like when you want to do something different, but at the same time you don't, and that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. I've seen some brides where they have like pinned in the back, or they tuck these pieces and then have this forward. This is a very common look, kind of like this, but with waves. That's an option. I think I'm gonna add the curls first and kind of go from there. Woo! These curls are popping. So what I did differently than how I usually curl my hair is I did one smaller sections, and then before I actually put the curling iron to my hair, I sprayed each section with the Color Wow Cult Favorite Firm and Flexible Hairspray. The Kenra is a really good one too. There's like an anti-humidity one or anti-frizz one. If I can get that before my wedding, I might try that one. But we'll see how this one works since I have to be outside today and I'm getting my nails done. So usually I like to use my fingers just to break up the curls. I don't want to get my oils onto my hair, especially like my natural oils. So I'm just going to go in with a boar bristle brush. This is a vegan one, just to soften it up. Now I used a curling wand. If you want more of a wave or just a curl pattern up here towards the crown, then you should use this either upside down like this or go in with a curling wand, because these with the clamp give more wave and curl towards the lower half of your hair. So it kind of depends on what you're looking for. Definitely a softer kind of wave is what I'm going for. Now over time this is going to relax, especially if your hair is fine and thin. And once it's completely cooled, I'm just gonna brush it. Ooh, so much volume. And then I'm just gonna shake a little, and that is big bouncy waves. Just to finish it off, I'm gonna go in with the Yuzu Honey Infused Hair Oil. The one thing I missed in my hair routine, and I use so many hair products, is a leave-in conditioner. It makes such a difference. For years, I never used a leave-in conditioner, and I can see the difference, especially someone who has just naturally wavy hair. Whether I'm going for my natural texture or like a blowout or even some soft curls, it really does help. This feels really good. I do want to hairspray it one last time, but I'm still deciding, do I want to put a little bit of it up? I saw a girl on Instagram have her hair up like this, which is pretty. I would have to do my curls a little bit differently because then they would stick out like that. But she kind of had her hair like this, which was nice. There's just something about, for me, that I just love a good front piece. Anyone else, I'm just like, give me that volume. I can't decide if I just want to go like this, which is more typical for me, just a little more voluminous, or we can tuck. I love where some people will like leave a little out of hair in the front, but like not too much. There's definitely a happy medium to this. How do they do it? My pieces, I have longer layers, so it's a bit longer on me. But kind of like this. Also, my ears are red from my shark tool. Kind of like this, I would have to curl it. And then they just, what do they do? Sometimes they just like pin it back. I can't decide. I think if anything, I want to add a little more volume up here and do a little bit of teasing. Okay, take a section from my crown. Add a little more hairspray. I'm going to try using this brush. I've never used it to tease. Section. Just a little bit, nothing crazy. I'm just smooth it out. Yeah, there we go. Smooth it out like that. I don't know why I can't like make a decision. I kind of like these pieces in the front. Like I'm digging it. I just need to just do a quick curl. I don't want them too tight. Okay, so now I want to make sure these pieces stay put. Some people, what they'll do is they'll take the two sections and then tie it under by the nape of your head. I'm thinking something like this. I do need a little more volume, just like a hair more. I might have to go and get a rat tail comb. I had one years ago when I would tease more often, but I like this. This is a bit softer of a look. I do need to add some more hairspray just to finalize it. I like how this is flexible hairspray, so when I change my look and I pull it half up, half down and have the two pieces framing my face, I might have to touch it up when I change my dress with the curler just to touch up those two pieces in the front, but it's a pretty quick look to change into. I put my earrings on. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this very long video, my trial day for my hair and makeup. Thank you for watching. I am so excited for my wedding. If you're getting married, I'm wishing you the best of luck. Congratulations. I hope you find this helpful. I will do like a final day of what I did with my makeup at the very least, but this is what we're going for. I feel really good about it. If you haven't seen the rest of my bridal videos, definitely check out that playlist. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye!
'Cause I really hate you, 'cause you made me so blue.